Located in Hyde's Tower of Flame, or more specifically, the Cathedral of Blue, the Blue Sentinels is one of the more complicated covenants of Dark Souls 2. You can join this covenant fairly early on in the game. I'll start with telling you how to get to it and how to join. From Hyde's Tower of Flame, take the left path at the fork in the road. The fork is recognizable for having a great sword wielding old knight standing in the center, with 2 sword and shield knights, one to either side. Again, take the left path until you reach what seems like a dead end. In the Scholar of the First Sin edition, there is one fire-breathing wyvern in your way. In either version, there is a drawbridge you must lower to progress. Simply kill the enemy in the direct vicinity and a lever will appear to lower the drawbridge. In the vanilla version, it is just one old knight, but in Scholar of the First Sin, it is a wyvern. After killing the enemy, a lever will appear to lower a drawbridge. Then you must kill the boss known as the Old Dragon Slayer. You might recognize him. It just can't be. This will give you access to the Covenant leader and the bonfire titled the Blue Cathedral. The Covenant leader is Blue Sentinel Targray. He is hard to miss as he stands out on a balcony overlooking the sea, thinking about life. His cause is that of the Covenants, to protect the weak. This covenant is directly tied to the way of Blue Covenant. They help each other out, but they are different, so try not to get confused. But back to Targray. He will dismiss you and not allow you to join the covenant unless you carry at least 1 token of fidelity. Tokens of fidelity are awarded for successfully aiding another player as a white phantom. If you choose to join this covenant, then Targray will also become a merchant along with serving as covenant leader. There are 3 ways to rank up in this covenant. 1. Invading sinners in the name of justice, using cracked blue eye orbs. 2. Using the ring known as Guardian's Seal to be pulled into someone else's world to kill off an invader. And 3. Use tokens of fidelity to enter honorable duels in an arena. Sounds similar in many ways to the Brotherhood of Blood, doesn't it? They are practically yin and yang, but unlike the Brotherhood of Blood, in the Blue Sentinels, all the 3 different methods can be mixed together to help you rank up. Look at it this way. Every method of ranking up in the Blue Sentinels, invading, defending, and dueling, adds 1 victory point towards ranking up. They are all interchangeable and work together. See, Brotherhood of Blood? Why couldn't you be more like your big brother, huh? Why couldn't you be like the Blue Sentinels? Why? It is simply because the Blue Sentinels is a difficult path, and becomes more and more difficult every passing day. I'll talk more about this later, but for now, all you need to know is that some Covenant features are unpopular. Now let's talk about the ranks for this Covenant. I have already mentioned the Guardian's Seal a few times. This is the ring you get for joining the Covenant. I'll talk about it more in detail soon. You achieve rank 1 with 50 accumulated victory points. At rank 1, you are given the Spirit Tree Shield by Targray. Not too special if you ask me, but it does offer defense against a variety of attack types, such as magic, at the cost of physical defense. You also get a faint blue aura during Covenant functions. Rank 2, at a whopping 150 victory points, will grant you the miracle Wrath of Gods. It has been nerfed throughout its lifetime, but if you manage to pull off the lengthy cast time, you will be well rewarded with a powerful shockwave that deals massive damage. You can see I do very little damage in the video with it, but that is because I do not have the required stats and had to incense the miracle. As a side note, the blue aura around your character while using the Covenant's online functions becomes more intense. Rank 3 takes 500 victory points to get, and the reward is, drumroll please, Targray's Clothes. You also get the miracle Bountiful Sunlight, which if you are achievement hunting, means you are in for a long trip. This miracle regenerates your health over time, as well as the health of teammates nearby. If you wish to get the two miracles, Shield and Targray's set, without online play, or want to skip all that work, then listen closely. At New Game Plus, or the 4th game cycle, Chancellor Welliger, the ghost in Drangleic Castle, will sell the shield and 2 miracles after you defeat both the Looking Glass Knight and Nishandra. To get Targray's set, just kill Targray and purchase his set from Merchant Hag Melentia. Back to the methods of obtaining victory points, now in more detail. One method is by wearing the Guardian's seal. You must be human for this to work. When a member of the Associated Covenant, Way of Blue, is invaded, this ring will pull you into their world to assist them, if you are lucky. Once in the host world, you will be blue and unable to cause damage unto anything or anyone but the invader. A little flare will appear above your head and track the invader to make them easier to find. Kill the invader and protect the host to gain a victory point, or as patch 1.10 puts it, Devotion to Covenant +1. It doesn't appear to mean that you instantly go up an entire rank, so I wonder what it could mean other than obtaining 1 victory point. In addition to victory points, you also get a token of fidelity. NPC enemies and the like will be non-hostile to you, so feel free to chase the invader. Now the sad part about this function of the Covenant is how amazingly rare it is. In order to work, a player in the same area as you has to be invaded and be in the Way of Blue Covenant at the same time you are wearing a ring that has no direct bonuses to your character. This always was a rare phenomenon, and only gets rarer the farther away from launch this game gets. And there's a very disappointing but real chance that after successfully loading into a host world to defend someone, you are immediately sent back because the host died. Very disappointing indeed. At least there's an arena to fight in within this covenant, right? Yes, there is. From the Cathedral of Blue Bonfire, pray to one of 3 statues to enter a duel in one of 3 different dueling arenas. It takes 1 token of fidelity to enter a duel, and the token of fidelity will be consumed, win or lose. Since tokens of fidelity are slow to come by, you won't be able to use the arena as often as you might hope. Winning a match in the arena will give you 1 victory point and a cracked blue eye orb. No covenant ring is needed for this function. Cracked blue eye orbs can only be used by members of this covenant. In addition to getting them through the arena, they can also drop from various enemies, most notably the Old Knights in Hyde's Tower of Flame. Targray will also sell an unlimited amount once you reach New Game Plus, but until then, he will only sell a limited amount. You don't need to wear the Covenant ring for using cracked blue eye orbs. Using one of these babies will make you invade a player who has achieved a high enough level of sin. In other words, your victims are usually seasoned killers. I didn't say this was easy. Your job is to deal justice, but your enemies are commonly quite capable in PvP, may even have a summon or 2 with them. Because players with high sin counts are invaded by Arbiter Spirits quite frequently, that's you are the Arbiter Spirit, they probably already expect you to invade and may even have countermeasures ready, or nifty little plans. If you can succeed in this often uphill battle, you will be awarded 1 victory point, but will acquire no souls. This is my most common method of ranking up in this covenant. Remember, all of these 3 methods stack together to rank up, at least to my current knowledge while making this video. Let's talk just a little more about sin to clarify some things before we end this video. Sin is the term used for when a player kills another player through invasions or kills an NPC. The player needs to accumulate 10 points of Sin to become a target for the blue Sentinels. If they manage to get 100 points of Sin or more, they are known as a Wretch. If an Arbiter Spirit kills a Sinner or a Wretch, 1 point of Sin will be taken from their total. Wretches are Arbiter Spirit magnets and are typically experienced players, so watch out. You can still be targeted by Arbiter Spirits even if you are in the Blue Sentinels Covenant. If you wish to get rid of your Sin count, you can pay Cromwell the Pardoner, found in Brightstone Cove, Seldora. He is found above the room where the boss Prowling Magus used to be. I recommend using the bonfire known as Chapel Threshold. This video was made in March of 2016, and the Covenant is suspect to change in future updates. Although I used many sources to verify this information, including the Dark Souls Wiki, the Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition Guide by Future Press, and my personal experience, I may have made a mistake, so feel free to comment. If you are interested in seeing some PvP for this Covenant, go ahead and click the link on screen or in the description. This is the final Covenant that I've covered in Dark Souls 2. Thank you all for your support, and feel free to see my less than perfect videos on the other Covenants in Dark Souls 2. You can expect this series to continue in Dark Souls 3. Until then, thank you for your support.